What's popular YouTube? Another day, another demo. Today we're going to watch Nafany play in Unlucky or Bad. Finally, we're going to revive the series. We're going to bring it back. He had 1 kill in this match. It is actually extraordinary. I don't want to spoil too much. I loved watching this demo. I think this might be my favorite Unlucky or Bad that we've ever done. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the game and see how Nafany had his worst career performance at ESL Cologne. And they're not eliminated, so we can kind of take this in jest and see that he'll hopefully have better games in the future and stay in the tournament. We'll see. But for now, enjoy this Mirage match. First things first, this is a 2-0 from Astralis in the upper Group B semifinal of IEM Cologne. Sorry, I literally just got back from the gym. Okay, all right. 1280 by 960 for Nafany. He actually plays on 21 Bob. We're going to be using that. I'm going to look at all this stuff in the beginning now because I always forget at the end of the game to look at it with everyone. So why don't we do that here on Mirage? 1 and 23, a .17. I mean, if I didn't do an Unlucky or Bad on this, I don't deserve to have a YouTube channel. I think if I'm going to be the guy who made Unlucky or Bad a series in the beginning, it was for games like this, right? In history, we have games like, what was it? Flaren 9 and 44 Virtus Pro. Is that right? Did I get the scoreline right? Was it so famous that I got it right? 9 and 44. I nailed it. 9 and 44 on land versus Virtus Pro. This is an infamous series, the original kind of Unlucky or Bad. Oh, maybe we should watch this one. Like in the future, that would be cool. But yeah, there's that one. There's Taco versus NIP at IEM. Is it San Jose? IEM Oakland, I mean, sorry. This one, I believe. Okay, it just wasn't a great series overall. People were really coming at him for this one. I remember this. 7 and 18. 10 and 15, 11 and 16. So this was also, another classic Unlucky or Bad where people were really calling for his head here in losing this. Nip obviously won the whole event after this, which was good. But anyways, okay. So let's check it out. Let's watch Nafany get 1 kill. Okay, 23 deaths. Starting it on T-side 0 and 14, straight up. So no kills in the first half. And that's why everyone's saying your name. Let's see if he got unlucky or not. And of course, this is, again, I made a video on Nafany where I pointed it out, but he will be the reason that he has so much impact. Like he's like simultaneously not the most important fragger on the team and also somebody who can dictate wins and losses by his performances because of the high volatility playstyle. We talk about the same thing with Kerrigan. Same thing with Glaive, not so much anymore, but 2020, 2021. Same thing with Hampus, 2021 especially, but still in 22. Art, entire career. And probably the reason that everyone's like this so much. But yeah, Nafany. All right, well, here's a round where he's actually way in the back. And let's look for it. Waiting to see. What a flash. Oh my god. That was just a really good flash. That's just a good outplay. We'll chalk it up to that. That's okay. So that one, funnily enough, he's actually in the back. I'm going to chalk this up to playing on 21 Bob, okay? If you're on 21 lower amount Bob, you are asking to have games like this. Joking, it's a joke. He had a Glock, guys. Get off his back. It's Galil time. And we can use this as an opportunity to talk about the Cloud9 playstyle a little bit. Maui Snake brought up that Cloud9 always have the lowest flash assists at every event. And we'll see and you can see right now lots of reasons and ways in which it shows why there are no actual flash assists, even though they're throwing flashes. So a lot of what Cloud9 do. So okay, first he just dies here. This is fine. They asked to do a walkout. They took a risk on the walkout, hoping no one was on cat. Could have flashed on the opposite side of the top mid boxes or flashed for cat. They could have flashed for cat from the back of mid. So they could have flashed for cat from where they're defaulting. See where the bomb is going? Up into B apps, just outside on that veranda, balcony. As they come out towards mid, you can flash from there. So that may or may not be on him. It's, of course, a lot of this will also be his calls, right? It's Nafany's calls, so there will be kind of more accountability for him, you know, in different positions, unless people miss nades on his behalf that he asked for. Kind of forgot where I left off, where I was just talking. Oh yeah, we'll talk about why the utility usage, why the flash assist will be so low for Cloud9, even in games where they're very successful. Like even if they win Dallas, they'll have low flash assist. And, you know, it is totally fair to say, okay, maybe they should have more flash assists. Maybe they should actually try to make each of their flashes more consequential. But I think as long as they win, and if they've shown that they can pull it off online, now they show they can do it on LAN, and if they can continue to have good results, I encourage that they have a different style than everyone else, just cause, kind of selfishly, like I just like want to see as many ways to win a game of Counter-Strike as you possibly can. And I think the part of their style that's clearly intentional when they throw these nades is they throw empty grenades to create space to call out teams for not being in the places where their nades land, or to scare them out of places that they're standing. So like, you know, right there taking mid in that last round, having a flash thrown for cat would have been enough to get that opper back off that angle, and the opper would not have been on that angle again. So there's one where maybe they needed a flash. Maybe they didn't even need a flash assist, but they just needed one of their normal good flashes that they don't actually peek off of. I think the way that Cloud9 work is they have a Machiavellian playstyle, okay? They want everybody to be scared of them so that they make bad decisions. And then when they lose space, before they know it, they have one bad angle to work with, or they're standing on a site watching two different angles. They're participating in the game that Cloud9 won from them, and that's to get scared. And when we saw like Imperial beat them on overpass at the major, that was an example of a team that was technically worse, but not scared of Cloud9, had a really good game plan and kind of called them out for all the different places where they actually weren't. So here, I think it's a little early on the timing crossing up through cat. I mean, call it bad. I guess this is one where, you know, maybe they just didn't need to die here, or Nafany didn't need to die here. But yeah, there's a couple of instances where it feels like, okay, Cloud9 are probably not going to do well, especially if people aren't scared of them, and have a good game plan. Of course, you have to have a good game plan. You can't just not be scared. That's just like the mental half the battle type thing. Looks like a couple of moments here where obviously small timings that were missed, where Nafany could have survived if he either waited for utility or read the situation differently. I think he just did see a CT peeking here. And as you can see, actually, Nafany comes back to help Axel get out of mid instead of going over top of cat, to make sure that he can trade. And I think, honestly, was about to put himself in line of fire first if that CT had come out of connector. Which, listen, if you have Axel on your team, you want to die first, for sure. Yeah, because he's going to do stuff like that if you keep him alive. Nafany, obviously, a bucket of talented individuals, right? When we talk about good player IGLs. For me, it's unlike NIP with Hampus. All right, we see nothing. There's a direct oh god. I was going to say a direct correlation between Nafany surviving and them winning. And you know what, technically? Until it mattered, you know, he stayed alive. All right, Nafany dies. Shot through the smoke. This time I think it's actually config off of cat. I think he may have done the cat jump in this spot. Let's take a look in the minimap. Yeah, he jumps window for sure. Oh, he jumps into cat ladder room. Okay, so you can see he just posted on this angle, and there's a gap right here. And there's no flash, so boom. Just kind of a really good call out. But this is two situations where they needed to flash the cat player off. That is a config. That is a spearman special to get up onto cat and hold that angle. Of course, this game is insanely hard. If you have a slight off day, and every round's a new round, right? I mean, there's no momentum, and there's no real momentum in Counter-Strike. There's only theoretical momentum, I guess. I mean, I just want to say, in a game like chess, for example, so in a game like Counter-Strike, which is like fluid, where you're making decisions across a map, and there's all these different timings and stuff. Like, for example, like I put pressure here, a player shoots back, you know, X player puts pressure, Y player shoots back, X player makes a rotate around when they see this over to here. Then there is a certain amount of time where you know that that Y player can make it to meet them back here. So there are certain plays that can be, you know, correct or not based on that. And we know in Counter-Strike, like, there are some situations like that, and the rest is very fluid. Everything is moving at the same time live, right? Whereas if you look at a game like chess, which is something I watch a lot, that is a game that they talk about the concept of time as well. But of course, it's turn-based. But it almost is the same. I mean, there is a certain, you know, when you see a series of moves coming up that you think you anticipate to happen, then you have a certain amount of time to beat those moves, to get into better positions, stronger positions, less compromising positions. And sometimes you're too slow. Sometimes you know you're too slow, or once it becomes clear what you need to do, you know you're too late. And so, you know, the concept of time exists in chess in that way, in the same way that it does in a more literal sense in Counter-Strike. And in Counter-Strike, momentum doesn't exist in the same way that it does in, like, say, Dota, where, you know, your gold graph shows you exactly what momentum really means and how much you've actually gained off of it and the advantage that you have. In Counter-Strike, when the round switches over, the little bit that carries over is economy. That's it. But the reason why we have these crazy comebacks and all this stuff, why there's always a chance, you know, all the way down to 1v5, all the way from 15 to 1, is because there's a reset. When you go to the next round, 100 HP again, you know, your opponent's just as strong as they were last round. They might have better guns, but within 2 rounds you can change that up. Whereas in Dota, it might take you 20 minutes to get back in an advantage. So it's a little different, right? Even though momentum only figuratively exists, it still kind of does. And it is sometimes just a feeling, but it can still be real, even if it's less important. But it does definitely feel like, of course, as humans, you know, it's like, if you want to look at this, you want to look at a game like Counter-Strike as a robot, then you can if you want to. But in reality, to compete in the game, it's way easier said than done to compete like a robot. No one does it. It's, you know, part of what makes this game exciting is the fact that you can choke. Oh, what a cool way to peek that. I haven't actually seen that. Wow. Okay, so he used the lip of the... So on Dust 2, there's upper B tunnels. When you walk into upper B tunnels on Dust 2, there is also a little lip, or there used to be a little lip on the old Dust 2 that you could walk up to the end of tunnels and jump up straight, and the lip would push you to the side. And then on their screen, when they were holding the Dust 2 push, you would just jump across the screen. So that's kind of what Nafany just used here on Mirage. And I just had never tried that actually here. So that was cool. Oh, wow, nice shot. Wow, you got destroyed. I'm switching back to the A1S, by the way. Played with the A4 for the past 3 days, and honestly, I can only see 88 and 4 so many times. So as long-range sprays, I am actually missing a bullet or two where I'm like, I know the A1S would hit this. And then I switch back to the A1S, like, damn, it hits. The 20 bullets thing is still a nerf, but $200 cheaper. The 20 bullets are still really good, so it's super solid for your opening engagement, at least. I don't know. I think I'm still going to switch back actually to the A1S. We'll see. It'd be nice if you could set a loadout per map so you don't have to remember to change it every time the map changes. Yeah, I was really convinced the A4 was just the way, but now after actually playing, I'm not sure I feel that way. But I feel like if you're having like a really good day, then you'd want the A4. Because of that little bit of accuracy and whatever, it wouldn't make that big of a difference. You just like, you know, insta-bit headshot every single player, but A1S is still just pretty nice. All right, we're sneaking out again. Nafany has some funny name tags. Like he had like a shine like a Cloud9 for one of his guns. He's got Flashpoint 2 quals here for the Deagle. Maybe he's sentimental and he buys these things. It feels like an Nafany that's coming up, of course. Oh, yeah, does he get 1 kill? No, he doesn't get 1 kill in this first half. Okay. But he does survive one round. Oh, he's so close right there. Uh-oh. Oh. So things like this, run boosts, are also good ways to get people off of angles. Like if config is here, he has a low likelihood of hitting this shot. I mean, everybody sits and waits, right? And they go, oh, run boost is coming. He's going to hit this shot. You know, Shiro would hit it, you know, that kind of thing. But in reality, it's fine to do run boost because most of the time people won't hit it. Everything's probabilities, right? That's not a bad play. Same thing with jump spotting, right? You could die. You could die. But instead of using a flashbang or some utility, you might be able to get an opera off an angle just by showing yourself. So it's jump spotting is a very good option. Run boosting are very good options. Shoulder peeking are very good. And these are the three things that I think Cloud9 are the best at in the world, actually, you know, over basically anybody else. I mean, especially shouldering and stuff. So they can get away with not using utility a ton on top of using their utility to get additional pieces of map control, and you just have such a hard time of figuring out when they're actually committing to something. I think that's the deal. See that? So look at the reaction just on Nafany showing himself here. Now this is unintentional. I mean, I don't think he recognizes that there was a gap on that corner. He wouldn't have walked by, but he doesn't die, and even after not engaging, he drains an entire mag of M4 ammo. He gets a piece of utility out, a re-smoke at the bottom of con, which may or may not have come out as anyways, but that is all simply just off of showing someone where you are. And that just feeds back into this point about Cloud9 and using their presence as utility. Oh, blame. Ha! I would be a little tilted if I was Nafany, because he's sitting on the bench. He doesn't die from cat, and he has two teammates by him in connector. Now they can't watch this wall. No, maybe he could have got... I don't know if Blame came to the bottom of connector or he got spotted from the top of the wall, but... bottom of connector, on the ledge, on the bottom of connector. Oh, okay. Right after the smoke fades? Ah, that's what he did. Okay. Tricky move from Blaine. Right after the smoke fades. So, called him out. That would... I talk about up to an outplay, and that's why I think, yeah, that's why I would be like, okay, Nafany could be a little mad there. But it was a tricky play from Blame F. Just a good play from Blame F, I would say. You know. Absolutely, we've seen some deaths that could have been avoided. Unforced errors, especially in the early game, dying to the cap players. Some really good outplays here from Astralis versus Nafany. We've seen Nafany get absolutely destroyed one time by Glaive. Absolutely owned. Spurred a whole conversation by me, monologue, about why I'm switching back to the A1S. They exchange smokes here, which sometimes feels really good to know that you get yours out at the same time, because then someone may not have snuck into connector. It's dangerous for the CTs, right? Because they don't have a fresh smoke to hold. But Cloud9 decide not to go into it just yet. And that flash is nuts. Oh, man. Nafany could see his future through that flash. A great timing. As soon as the smoke came up, they walked into connector, the flash came through. There was no coincidences in that sequence of events. That was just a really good move from Astralis, and not even that special, just kind of a good time to throw that flash. There's not really a way to dodge that unless you walk in walking backwards, not assuming that they'll go for the re-peek, but the timing is perfect on the pop. Like, is it unavoidable? I guess so, but again, kind of, I want to say, like, you know, that's pretty nasty. Like, it's you could, I think you'd have more of a chance to dodge that by being lucky, by, you know, walking up looking at cat, than you would by being ready for something like that. Like, I know they're gonna pop flash this. Could, you know, could. It's not like totally weird, but depends on tendencies. All right, well, I mean, this is a strong position where Nafany just feels like a pure entry fragger with a good gun in his hands, where he's walking out across the site. Unless he ends up dying through his smoke here. Oh, later. Okay. Yeah, tries to lurk on the corner. Smoke's coming up. Config doesn't give him a chance at all. Was that bad? Sometimes you die from lurking around smokes. Absolutely, and that can be, you can be bad for that, of course. I think they're obviously... Oh, he had the deep angle. Uh-oh. You could, yeah, it's just, yeah, there's no one at top mid, right? The CTs are already watching here, and Nafany doesn't have any support coming into underpass, so this is already a risk for the T side to do this, and they're trying to get away with him creating underpass presence, smoking cat, and winning mid by himself, something that like Bit would do, and then having it become an A hit, while it maybe feels like a B hit. That might have been what the plan was, but of course, the most important part of that plan is Nafany staying alive. So we're looking for why Farley is so comfortable here. And as we can see right here, config is in the top of mid. So the only reason Farley can stand in a position like this is because, and again, he's outside of connector. It doesn't look like it as much here, but he's just outside of connector, is because config is making sure that Farley is safe and they can hear anything, or he could have spot something early off of cat. So I think that this 1-2 punch in the game plan from Astralis has been really good, where they've been either saying, okay, let's kill them crossing top of mid with this deep cat control, or sorry, keeping vision on the top cat smoke and making sure we know who's crossing and who's not, getting the kills or not, or we kill them everywhere else, right? And it's a lot easier. And they actually have done a good job of conditioning Cloud9, which is, you know, not easy to do whatsoever. So once again, totally outplayed. But that's another one where, I mean, we see some risks taken in this game that they know are risks, right? Like in the Counter-Strike textbook, you don't really want to go underpass without top mid support. With top mid support, the play that Farley made is not possible. So that's the counter. But at this level, there are going to be some times where you do mind games on purpose, because if you just play optimized, then you'll also be very counterable just because you're playing optimized. You'll be spread too thin. You're using too many grenades. You'll be, you know, too legible, right? So you do take some gambles, and some teams also gamble more than others on certain tactics. And oh, that could have been it. Oh, that was so close. I mean, but you know what? If Axel didn't help him, would he have even got that kill? He lived. That was the only round he lived in the entire game, entire half. So here we are to watch the second half. 1-9. Oh, good night. The second half for Nafany, 1-9. Hasn't got the kill just yet. Just no successes. Only L's this game. We're going to watch all the pain. Because, you know, CD side, it's like easier to get a guaranteed kill, you know? So, a good chance. Let's see if there really are some outplays here from Astralis on CT side. We could definitely see how the game plan worked out very well in that first half. Why can I never breathe through my nose? Ooh, we're leaving our post on window. It's being picked up at the same time. I mean, Farley was just spotted, and I don't think he knows. He's looking to phase the smoke, which can be risky because it opens up this flank around the site. But no one wraps it. That's the chance. Uh-oh. We can call it bad already. That's okay. We get one at least. Couple of not so greats. Could get the kill here too. I mean, this could be the kill. Where the hell did Glaive go? Oh my god, where did Glaive go? He was just sitting there. All right. Easy. Oh, for Glaive. Very easy for Glaive. Things looking down. Not. What if he got the one kill of this game with a USP? He didn't get the kill already, right? I'm pretty sure I didn't miss one. This USB goes crazy. I love the teeth on the back. It looks really good with the gloves too. Kind of feel like I want this. Imagine it would happen, right? This is what would happen. He would get the kill with the USP of every. I'm excited for this USP kill that's coming up right now. Dude, he does. It's the one kill of the game. Okay, the one kill of the game right there. The double headshot with no armor. He picks up an M4 off of it. Truth is stranger than fiction, folks. 1 kill in this match with like a .17 rating, and Nafany gets it with a USP. A double headshot USP kill. And is it pivotal? Will it matter? Is it consequential? Maybe it 2v2? Let's see how he plays this. Oh, other one spotted halls. Axel didn't see him. It doesn't seem to know for sure. Okay. Oh. It's free for Hobbit. I mean, Hobbit cannot lose this. It's so easy. Yeah. Perfect. Wow, it mattered. I'm telling you, Nafany's impact matters, okay? 1 in 23 in this game, and the 1 kill is with the USP. You can't make that up. I got incredibly bored of watching that jiggle peek. Okay, let's try again. I'm telling you, best jiggle peeks. But blame's on the other side. Oh my god, it's as soon as he pulls out of smoke. It just doesn't get worse, does it? Oh man. Oh, I feel bad for laughing at that one. That's unfortunate, man. Oh my god. It's one of those days. Listen. No, we don't believe in horoscopes, but it's just too... It's uncanny. I mean... Oh, it's blame F again. As soon as Nafany peeks the top of mid, blame F appears. He's the timing god. Out-timing him every situation. Oh my goodness gracious. The lucky USP. Oh man, almost another USP kill. Let's see how he approaches this fight. Just spotted. He has Hobbit as well to watch the run out. Whoa. Okay. It's interesting sometimes to see Nafany just walk past duels. I mean, the disengaging. It's good, but that's not like it helped this game, of course, but still. This is a great situation to frag. Okay, I don't know why they smoked that off. Give themselves an open angle to fight into connector, and they need to take this duel at some point, so they can jump up from the stairs or just swing. So Nafany spot. I mean, it makes sense because they have 2 extra players as well to fight against this. So they might have thrown that smoke just so they both run back at the same time. Maybe, maybe not. 20 seconds. What was even the game plan here for Astralis? Okay. Oh, okay. It's that's definitely an official bad, right? We can say that. Oops. I literally, my finger was too heavy, and I just held fast forward too long. Glaive run up cat here, or what? Oh my goodness, it's config. Jesus. Dude, that's pro CS right there. That was it. That was my, I think, maybe my favorite unlucky to or bad to watch, just because of the absolute comedy of his only kill being that double dig USP frag, and it was just it was kind of very clean and very clear exactly where, you know, where the deaths came from, especially with the way that Astralis outplayed the game plan with all the mid control attempts in the first half on T side, the top mid plays, using cat control against those. Catching Nafany on the lurk and lower. I mean, definitely got shot in the back a fair few times. Whiffed enough sprays that, of course, that's why he only got 1 kill for sure. But you know, also got outplayed. It's a very nice game from Astralis, honestly. I think Convict said it best in the interview. He said, you know, we were playing well and they had a slightly off day, so there was a little bit of both, but that was just a solid game. Solid game from Astralis, man. There it is. Nafany, unlucky or bad. It is it's a bad. I mean, it's a bad. It's a 1 in 23. It was a bad game. He didn't play well. Everyone gets outplayed in their unlucky or bads, but I think overall, that's fine. We can call it that. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was fun to do. Bringing back the series, and let's keep it going with the ESL Cologne coverage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Big dog shit, got my paws all dirty. Looking for a plate, that's why the dogs up.
got it for my daddy, ho. Smoking dope, reciting raps out on the patio.